Ladies and gentlemen, we have an amazing PL title race unfolding before our hands. The PL this year has not been that great. Liverpool has been bad. Chelsea has been so inconsistent. Manchester United has had a much better season, but we know they're not title contenders. So the only two real ones who have been pretty strong this season are Arsenal and Manchester City. It's not like either of them are playing exceptionally well. If it was any other Premier League champion you take in the last 5 years, they would have probably run away with the title by now. Honestly, like Arsenal has not been the ideal contender for the PL title, and we've seen them bottle leads in the past. It's like the same story repeating over and over and over again. Now that being said, Arsenal recently dropped place to one of the worst teams in the Premier League, the Wolves, and that caused like a lot of alarm bells going across every Arsenal fan base, every Arsenal fan base account I saw on social media. The sentiment was just, everyone was just sad. Everyone thought the same story is unfolding again. Arsenal are bottling the league. Manchester City are, hunting them down pretty close by. They're going to overtake. I think this was a very pivotal weekend in the PL title race because on one hand you have a sentiment in Arsenal's camp which is like, they're losing hope and they can see Manchester City approaching and they think they're bottling the lead. And then on the other side, you see Manchester City starting to believe that, hey, maybe this PL title could be a race after all, and maybe if Arsenal slips up again, they could end up winning the whole race. So I think it's a very interesting dynamic right now, and this weekend in particular was really instrumental in the PL title race because it shifted the tide again. So recently, Manchester City went up against Newcastle. Nico O'Reilly scored 2 goals, Haaland with an assist. And you could tell that was a very important game for City because everybody showed up to play one. You could tell by their body language that they really wanted the win. They really wanted to put the pressure on Arsenal. But then today, Arsenal faced off against Spurs, North London derby. Everyone expecting Arsenal to go in there and lose. Everyone from their fans to hate watchers to the media outlets, everybody was thinking Arsenal would go in to this North London derby and totally fall flat on their face. But that's not what happened. And to my surprise as well, even I thought they wouldn't fare well and it would be like a very tough win for them, either like a narrow margin of victory or they would end up, leaving with a draw. I haven't seen them come out with that sort of a mentality where like, no, we are winning this game. We are Arsenal. We are the title winners. They kind of owned it today, and they executed. I thought that they played really well. They were capitalizing a lot on Spurs' mistakes, and to be fair, like they could have actually scored more goals this game. Now, why I really think this is a very pivotal weekend is because it is about the leaderboard and the points as well. But I think it's more about the sentiment around the title race, because the last week when Arsenal dropped points to the Wolves, you could just tell like everybody was just waiting for them to fail. Their fan base downright depressed. The hate watchers were overjoyed. The media is just like waiting for happen. And us enthusiasts are like watching the PL title with such keen curiosity, like what is gonna happen. That was the sentiment heading into this weekend. And I think the way Arsenal performed today, specifically beating Spurs, they kind of came out to prove a point, sent a clear message to the rest of the league. If you won the Premier League title, Manchester City, come and take it. That was the sort of message that they were giving. To be honest, like I really don't enjoy watching Arsenal play. I don't really like their style of football. I think it's not a very entertaining style of football. It's very scrappy. It's all about set pieces. I would much rather watch Manchester City play, but I really do respect what Mikel Arteta has done with the squad, how he built it from absolutely nothing. Although, yes, he's taken a long time to get where he is, and he has right now nothing to show for it. I still respect him because, the whole fan base, the organization, they trusted him with a long project. And he's almost there. He's at the finish line. It's just that they need to cross the finish line and get a trophy. It's actually pretty interesting because City are a team with a championship mentality. Pep knows how to win Premier Leagues. Haaland has won Premier League. There's a bunch of players in City who have been there in that title running, spell that they had. So they know how to win, and you can see that. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if Arsenal actually hold on to this Premier League lead of 2 points. with the clash against Manchester City later on in the season. I honestly thought the Premier League this season was kind of boring because all the teams are bad. But in the second half of the season, I think at least Manchester City is showing up to play right now. They are showing up to play as if they want to win the title. And so, yeah, it's just become kind of interesting. So, yeah, let me know what you think. And yeah, happy weekend.